Hello, if you don't already know me, my name is Katie. I all of a sudden went deaf at the age of 22, leading to getting cochlear implants. And so this is what this video is about. It is about my journey of getting a cochlear implant in order to help anyone on a similar journey kind of feel more at ease with the whole process. Because I know that when I was going through all of this, I was searching the interwebs for any help, any advice, any connection I could get. I joined Facebook groups, which are great, so I'll link those down below. Those are a great connection tool. I looked up YouTube videos like this, and there just wasn't enough, right? You just need someone to relate to your journey in some way. So if that is you, I'm so glad you found this video. I am here for you. I support you 100% in whatever path you choose, whether that be getting a cochlear implant, being hard of hearing with a hearing aid or not, lip reading, sign language, whatever it is. You go and do it to the best of your abilities. This path is hard, but it's worth it, okay? Advocating for yourself is always, always worth it. And it took me a lot of time to learn this, and it took me a lot of trial and error. So that's why I'm here. I just want to help you in your journey. But if you're not in that journey and you're just watching because you're curious my story, you are also welcome here too. So it all started when I was 22, like I mentioned, and that was a couple of years back. I'm now almost 26. And I was living in California. I was working as a personal trainer full-time. I was even getting ready to compete in a bodybuilding competition. And so I was at my peak fitness. I thought I was very, very healthy, very in shape. But I soon learned that health and physicality are two very different things. So I would eat all of the protein, I would work out twice a day, I was losing weight, I was looking great, but I was feeling so tired, so overworked, I had so much brain fog, and there were all of these little symptoms creeping up to the point where my body was just saying, hey, like, we can't go down this path, it's really stressing us out, something's gonna happen. And I wasn't listening to it because I was just really focused on the competition coming up. So one day I was working out, and all of a sudden I heard ringing in my ears, and I got really, really dizzy during a workout. And I was like, does anyone else hear that ringing? What is that? Whoa, like, is that a siren? Is that a train coming? Like, what is that? And nobody else heard it, so that was my clue that it was in my head. And the dizziness was making me almost want to throw up. I couldn't walk straight within like an hour. I was just like way dizzy. It was vertigo type feeling. And then I went home to rest, and my amazing boyfriend and my amazing mom were taking care of me, and of course my whole family. And they're saying, like, go to the doctor, try to figure this out. So we went to doctor after doctor trying to figure something out, and most of them in the beginning were saying that this is just a hiccup, it's something your body needs to recover from, just go ahead and get some rest and you'll be fine. It's just kind of like a flu or a cold or something just holding you back, something's in your inner ear, whatever. They didn't know what was going on. So I got some rest, and within a week I totally lost hearing on my right side. Could not hear anything. I could kind of like do the suction thing on my right side and hear that, but I didn't know if that was sound or if everyone can do that, even if you're deaf. I could kind of hear the tone of my voice in my right side too, but just barely. So I was like, okay, this, like, don't freak out. This is just temporary. It'll come back. You don't just lose your hearing randomly. Well, within about 2 months, I went completely deaf. My left side also dropped. And I can't remember, I think it was for about a couple of days where I could not hear anything. And then I started hearing a little bit more in my left, so that gave me hope. Okay, it's coming back. Like, I'm overcoming something, right? But over the course of those next few months, it was just up and down and a roller coaster of emotions for me, trying to find every single doctor I could that had some type of expertise in this field. They gave me steroids, which made me hallucinate and made me break out and made me gain weight, and it was just really hard mentally, but if it could bring back my hearing, then so be it. So we did that for a while. And then I got to a breaking point where I was just saying, I cannot keep doing this. They even were doing steroid shots into my eardrum with a needle, so it sounds about as fun as it was. And so I got to that breaking point where I was like, I need to go the holistic route. I need to figure out what's going on inside my body, because I also had a lot of eye inflammation. So my eyes would flare up really red every single week, and I could not leave my room. It was so sensitive to light, it felt like I wanted to claw my eyeballs out. So I knew that with the dizziness, with the hearing loss, there has to be something going on internally that I need to heal. It's my body saying, hey, one thing is happening to your body internally. You're not supposed to just treat your ears or just treat your eyes or just treat your vertigo somehow. So I went to holistic practitioners. We did like all of the things. I'm not even gonna rattle them off because we did all of the things. And it really helped with symptoms, but of course it didn't bring back my hearing, because that's a really hard thing to do. I believe that it can be done, but my hearing was so far gone that nothing came out of it. So finally, okay, so throughout this time, I was using a hearing aid on my left side, and that was so frustrating because the hearing aid was so, I thought the hearing aid was so off and on, but really it was my hearing so off and on because it was just coming up and down every day with the weather or with different things of the environment or with how my body was feeling. It was really crazy. So I would wake up one day and be like, okay, can I hear at all? And some days I would and some days I wouldn't. So I really relied on lip reading. I got really good at that, but it was a hard, lonely, tough time. And if I didn't have my family with me, I don't know if I could have gotten through it. If I didn't have my faith in the Lord, I don't know if I could have gotten through it. So again, that's why I'm here talking to you, because if you're in the same place, there is hope. You can get through this. I'm here with you. So anyways, the hearing aid, I was using that for about maybe a year and a half, and I actually got married during that time, so we hooked up a mic to the pastor that was marrying us, and I could hear what he was saying. And it was even funny, while I was repeating all of the vows, I like messed one vow up and he repeated it back to me and I still messed it up, and he was like, okay, good enough. And then we just continued on. So I just laugh about it, and like, honestly, you can't get hung up about those sorts of things. And then after the vows, I kind of made a joke out of it by being like, whew, I did it, and everyone started laughing. But anyways, you just make the most of your circumstances. So it was an amazing day. I am so blessed to be married to the man I am married to, and I'm blessed that he stood by me the whole way through this. So yes, of course, I wish I could have heard throughout my wedding day, but I did the best that I could. Then I all of a sudden got pregnant 3 months after. So we were actually planning a cochlear implant surgery because I was at my breaking point. I need to hear, let's see what a cochlear implant is all about, because I've been hearing good things. And I got pregnant, so of course we couldn't go along with the surgery until after I gave birth. So I gave birth to an amazing little boy named RJ. He's now almost 18 months, I think, and he's just the best. So I was really, you know, it was a setback to not get the cochlear implant, but it was a blessing to have a beautiful child. So then I was able to get the implant, and this was December 2019. I finally got it, and the surgery went great. I went ahead with the surgery at University of Utah, and my doctor then, he was a great doctor. He actually retired, I believe, and so this video is about my second cochlear implant, obviously. So this implant was actually done by a different surgeon. So that was another kind of switch up that I was not prepared for, and I was a little nervous for, but it turned out amazingly. So I'll actually put the doctor's name below if you guys are in Utah or if you even travel for this type of stuff and you want to check out this surgeon. He is from the Mayo Clinic. He was from there and now he's at U of U, and he's just amazing. He was very, very great. He had great bedside manner. He was always connecting with me and making sure I was okay, and then he did it flawlessly. So yeah, I couldn't praise his name more. It was great. But where was I? So I got my first cochlear implant in December. I had to heal for about a month, as you always do with these surgeries. And then in January, we finally got activated. This was about the beginning of January 2020. So they turn it on, and immediately it is a fight or flight instinct. It is like, I want to take it off or I want to keep it on and do my best to get better at this, because it's learning how to hear again. Imagine you are a baby and you're learning how to talk. It's kind of like that. It's like learning how to make sense of the hearing world again. And I have a leg up in that I could hear beforehand, so I knew what sounds sounded like, I knew what voices sounded like, but it was still hard to relearn all of these things because it was very robotic. It's like hearing through technology, and that is just something you can't quite explain perfectly, but it's so robotic and your brain has to relearn how to make sense of it. So this is what my current, I put my hair in a bun just for you, this is what my current cochlear implant looks like. This is the magnet that connects to where the surgery site is. So with the surgery, what they actually do is do an incision behind the ear, which you can see because I am 5 days post-op. So this is the incision behind the ear, and I hope you can see that. I don't know if you can see that. And that's where they do the incision, and they tunnel it up to where the cochlea is located, and they wrap a certain wire around the cochlea. I don't know all the specifics because honestly it makes me a little queasy. So you can look up YouTube videos about how they do surgery and everything like that, but I don't. So then the magnet right here goes on to, so if I take this off I can't hear anymore. So it's right there. And then I put it in and I can hear again, and that's the magnet hooking up to where that surgical site was, where they wrapped it around the cochlea in order for your brain to make sense of sounds that go through this mic right here. So that's what's wrapped around my ear. Some people have hearing still, like they try to preserve as much hearing in the surgery as they can. So what they do is have a wire that even goes into the ear so that you're getting a little bit of your natural hearing as well. I didn't really need to save any of my hearing. I had super high pitch hearing and that was all. So I was like, I don't really need that. You guys can just do the surgery how you need. Don't worry about preserving my hearing. So I don't have that, which I don't mind, because I don't like having all of these things on my head where it has to wrap in. But if you do want to do that, it's a great route as well. I know somebody that has that, and she sometimes says like it is a little bit annoying having to put that thing in my ear too, but in the same way, like she's thankful that she has some hearing left too, so that when she takes her cochlear out she can hear some little things, you know. So that activation in January went well, but of course prepare yourself for a very fight or flight instinct, a very like you have to fight to be able to hear again. So keep it on as much as you possibly can. I know it gets overwhelming. Keep it on, keep it going, and relearn how to hear things. Use things like audiobooks, even though it's so muffled and so frustrating. I remember trying to listen to audiobooks, which I love, and feeling like I will never be able to listen to this again because it's so muffled. I don't understand what's being said, but I kept it up, and now I can flawlessly listen to audiobooks and I hear every single word and I totally understand them. And music is another thing that was very frustrating for me because it didn't sound like music. It just sounded like muffles and just like a lot of noise. And so I had to work to relearn how to hear music again. And now I can totally hear music. One thing that's really nice with my cochlear is that Bluetooth goes directly to my ear, and that was one of the selling points for me because I'm on my phone so much with work and with all of that stuff that I wanted to be able to have Bluetooth connect directly to my ear from my phone without needing, like, they have stuff for other models that go around your neck and then you have to press on or something like that. But I knew I wouldn't just go get something and put it around my neck and then hook up Bluetooth, and it was just such a process. So I was like, that's a selling point for me, to be able to hook up Bluetooth immediately. So from my phone, I can listen to Spotify, I can listen to audiobooks, and it goes directly to my Cochlear. That is one question sorry, that I'm not sure how it will work with two, if I can put it to just one so that I can hear the outside world with another, because usually when I'm hearing something through Bluetooth on my Cochlear, I can't understand what someone's saying to me in front of me, so I have to like turn it off and be like, what was that? So that would be kind of cool to hear music on one side and hear the outside world on one, but we'll see how that works. I'm sure you can adjust those settings too, but I'm still new to this as well. So, so yeah, now it is January 2021 and I just got my surgery. Like I said, 5 days ago, so it was December 30th that I got my surgery. Funny story, 2021 is the year of COVID, if you didn't know. Obviously you knew, unless you're hiding under a rock. So I had my surgery initially scheduled for November, and then I got COVID literally 2 days before my surgery, and I had to reschedule it for December. So that was a bummer. It was a little bit of a pushback, but the surgery went really well, so I have no complaints about that. So now it's January 2021. It's a new year, 2021. I hate that 2021 is like 2021, because it kind of did, because it was a messed up year. But a good thing that came out of it was my second cochlear implant, and then I get to share this story with you guys. So I will try to continue updating you guys. If you want to follow my Instagram at Catherine Ann White, that is where I update a lot of my cochlear implant stuff. So if you want to continue hearing about how I'm hearing, then go ahead and follow my Instagram there. But maybe I'll do another video about the process of activation and the process of learning how to hear on the second side as well. I also am going to link a friend of mine. She is great. All of her posts are about cochlear implants because it's a big part of her life. She just got her second cochlear implant as well, and she is very good at explaining all of the ins and outs of it, you know? So go ahead and follow them if you would like, in order to stay connected with this. Again, I wish you the very, very best in your journey. You got this. Make sure you're fighting for yourself, you're advocating for yourself, because it will pay off so much in the long run. Your story matters, and it matters to so many people. So be an advocate for yourself, talk about it, share your story, and fight for yourself. That's all I can say. And I'm praying for you. I really am. But thanks for listening to my story. I hope it helped you, and I'll continue to keep you updated. Bye.